and Holder, when they speak about Ferguson, and both have spoken about Ferguson today, are not emphatic, unequivocal, direct about their objection to violence and looting and rioting and arson and maiming. It's always 6 of one, half a dozen of another. There's always some comment about it, which seems half-hearted, half-assed, if you will. And then they make a second comment, which is a smear of law enforcement and police departments across the nation. So what kind of message are they sending to the radicals, to the lawbreakers, to the criminals who are doing this damage? None of any consequence. And if they receive a message at all, the message is, look, the president and the attorney general just aren't all that upset. So keep at it. And don't hold back the National Guard anymore, Governor Nixon. These people need to be put down. They need to be rounded up. They need to be thrown in jail. They need to be charged by a grand jury. Oh, yes. Go to trial and be punished. 25 businesses were burned down. To what end? What's the point? There is no point. This is an anarchist movement aimed at creating instability in our society, which Obama and Holder have not only helped spawn, I might say, that's right, it's true, but continue to encourage in some way. Walgreens burned down. A Little Caesars burned down. O'Reilly Auto Parts burned down. Auto by Credit burned down. Beauty World burned down. Sam's Meat Market burned down. An AutoZone burned down. A Public Storage burned down. A JC Wireless burned down. And several more. Hundreds of shots were fired. I'm not talking about the police. Hundreds of shots were fired. St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer said he personally heard about 150 shots. About a dozen civilian vehicles were burned. Police cruisers were burned. What does this have to do with race? Michael Brown was killed because a police officer was defending himself against a criminal. I'm sorry, Mrs. Brown. I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. But for your son's conduct, none of this would have happened. None of it. From stealing from a local merchant, assaulting the local merchant, intentionally walking down the middle of the street, refusing to comply with the officer's request to get out of the middle of the street. The officer then noticing that Brown fit the description of the perpetrator, the robber. As I said yesterday, this was called in to the police. Didn't just happen. He didn't just show up on the scene. This was called in by the merchant on 911, as I pointed out yesterday. The police officer, this is the testimony validated and certified now by the grand jury, which had no particular reason to agree with the officer or not. No links to him. Not at all white grand jury.